to you a little bit about the Renaissance Edition and the power of water. Now, who are going to be doing this? A little bit about the company. Guys, we've been in business since 1987, so over 30 years history. And when you take all of our management team, you put them together, we have over 100 years combined experience in direct sales, okay? We have worldwide distribution and service. We're in over 45 countries today. We have a reliable and unique product with a high level of customer satisfaction. Now, guys, I'm here for 4 reasons. First, we just want to say thank you, all right? And we present you with a gift for your valuable time and opinions. Now, what we have for you is a fantastic weekend getaway. This weekend getaway, all right, no, Tavion, she doesn't come with it, okay? But it is good to over 80 different premier resort locations. Now, all the properties here are owned by the Holiday Inns, Ramadas, nothing less than a 4-star resort. If you're into country music, there's places like Branson or Nashville. If you're into losing money, there's Vegas or Atlantic City. Heck, maybe you just want to get away from the kids for the weekend. Maybe you have an anniversary coming up. Well, there's places that are close enough for you to drive right here in Texas, like San Antonio, South Padre, Lake Conroe. Now, your weekend getaway, guys, is good for 2 people, pays for 3 days, 2 nights accommodations in full. You have an entire year to use it, and it has a minimum retail value of a couple $100. And guys, we give this to you free as a form of payment for your valuable time and opinions. What we're really hoping is if you see anything you like here today, you simply tell other folks about us. I'm sure you could do that, couldn't you? Mm-hmm. Okay, great. Now, the second reason we're here is to invite you to join the team. Guys, we are rapidly expanding, all right? We're having a hard time keeping up with the orders our customers are placing. So we're always looking for full and part-time people to go out and show the features and benefits of how our systems work. And guys, do you all know anybody could use an extra $1,000 a week working an extra, 5 or 10 hours a week? Yeah? If you know anybody like that, don't let me forget to tell you more about it later, okay? Third reason we're here is to get your opinion on the amazing Ritello and interest you in getting one today. And fourth is to ask for your help. See, guys, we rely on word-of-mouth advertising because our customers are our biggest asset. See, as you can see right here, Ritello products have been demonstrated to the customer in the home from the very beginning. It allows us to provide personalized attention that caters to your specific needs. And guys, wouldn't you agree that word-of-mouth advertising is the best format? You bet you. A friend's recommendation, another friend.
Hear about entertainers any time.
There you go. All right, good. All right. And Librex, guys, we don't advertise on newspaper, television, radio, or magazines. Money that we don't spend on media advertising is reinvested back into research and development, as well as what we call a customer rewards program, okay? In fact, let me show you what we have to reward our customers that help us out with advertising. It's right here. It's called a Purello, and these things are cool. Everybody loves them. They're all over the internet. And the Purello, guys, is a personal air cleaner. Now, on this personal air cleaner, there's going to be 3 basic parts. There's going to be the top, which is the motor. Below the motor, we have what's called V funnel technology. See how it's shaped in a V? And then down here, we have what's called a pollution container. Now, quite frankly, it's called a pollution container because it contains all the pollution. And the way that we know that is because of our filter mechanism. What we're going to use to filter the air in one room, okay, is going to be water. Now, the reason we use water is we know that wet dust don't fly. Now, we know that, but how do you know that? Well, real simple. You ever driven down a dirt road on a hot sunny day? You look in the rear of your mirror, Cynthia, you're going to see a big old cloud of,
Yes.
no way, you're going to see a big dust cloud back there. But now y'all drive down that same dirt road after a rainstorm. What do you see then? Mud. Where's all the dust? It's trapped in the water. Give you another example. You ever gotten to see the Rangers play before?
Yes.
Okay. Now the base path is made out of dirt, okay? And in the heat of the summer, you get to the game before batting practice, you'll see they take out these 2-inch garden hoses and they spray down the infield. How come?
It's a trap.
The dust, wet dust, don't fly, okay? Now there's gonna be 2 lines on here. There's gonna be a minimum and a maximum. Excuse me. All we're gonna ask that you do, Roger, is fill this up to the maximum line, which is some regular cold tap water, okay? It's gonna work a lot like the dipstick in your car, like the oil. You fill it up to the maximum, it works its way down to minimum, you dump out the old oil, put in some fresh oil. In this case, we're gonna dump out the old water, put in some fresh water. So you go ahead and fill that up for me, all right? And Cynthia, while your husband's getting that water, all right, what we gotta look at is where is he going to get that filter?
Kitchen sink.
Kitchen sink. So you never have to worry about us closing down the store, never have to worry about us discontinuing the filter. As long as you keep the water on in the house, you have 3 filters for the life of the product. Okay, isn't that awesome? Saves you a tremendous amount of money there. All right. Holy smokes, when's your husband go to get that water?
So there's no type of maintenance that's needed.
Just dump out the old water, rinse it out, put some fresh water in, and you're good to go. Good girl, good girl. And a lot of people in America today, they're on a going green kick, okay? Well, it doesn't get any greener than just using water, all right? Thank you, Ryder. Okay, now guys, here's what happens with our company is we're gonna show you how you can get one of these Purellos for free, and they're $135 retail value. And the reason that we're able to show you how to get these for free is because 1 out of every 3 people that see our product choose to keep our product, okay? And there's gonna be 2 big reasons for it. The first reason is that I don't expect you to believe a word I tell you here today, okay? Sales companies will tell you whatever you wanna hear to get you to purchase, right? But then after you buy, you're angry, right? Because it doesn't work nothing like the way they told you it was going to. So guys, we don't expect you to believe anything we tell you, only what we show you. Can you believe your own 2 eyes? Yeah, so no hallucinogenics before you got here. You can trust your own 2 eyes. The second and largest reason why so many people choose to do business with us is because, folks, at the end of this presentation, we're not going to ask that you spend any money you're not already spending. We're simply going to ask that you change the store you're shopping at. So we're not going to ask you to add a new payment to your outstretched budget. We're simply going to ask you to change the store you're shopping at. So instead of going to Kroger, you're going to Tom Thumb. Instead of going to Tom Thumb, you're going to Albertsons. That's a pretty simple decision, isn't it? Okay, great. So staying with that here, don't believe what we tell you, just what we show you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take out this portable sunshine we've got right here, and we want to prove to you that we're starting with clean, fresh water. So I'm just going to take this light and put it on there. Guys, you tell me, is that water clean? Okay? Same water you cook with, you clean with, crazy people still drinking, right? Then all we're going to do is take this power dome, and it's going to go right over the top just like this. Once we've got it assembled, we're ready to fill to the air, fill to the air. All you do is turn it on. First thing you're going to notice is that blue light. That blue light is a UV light. UV is used to kill germs and bacteria. And the way that your Purello is working is all the air and all the filth are coming in through the backside here. They're then going through that V funnel technology. We know that wet dust don't fly, Josh, but of course it's got to get wet first, doesn't it? So it comes in below the water. All that comes back out the front is clean, fresh, water washed air. It's going to start to smell like that rainstorm. Now, your Purello is designed to run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Right now, we're actually, as we run, we're creating white noise. White noise helps to induce REM sleep, your rapid eye movement sleep. That's your deep sleep that gives you the energy to face the next day. That's why so many people today, they sleep with like the fan going on, okay? So we're going to eliminate the need for the fan simply by recreating our own white noise. And as you look, you see the precipitation build up on the window? It's like a miniature rainstorm going on in there, isn't it? Okay? So all that dirty air comes in, goes through that water, only clean, fresh, water washed air comes back out. But again, talk's cheap, seeing's believing. So what we're going to do, Cynthia, I'm just going to stir up some of that pollution, and you tell me, sweetie, where do you see it going?
I see it all at the bottom.
Yes, it's getting all sucked in through the back. Then, see, it's going to go through that V funnel technology, which means it's going to get it wet. We know the wet dust don't fly. So all that ever comes out the front is clean, fresh, water washed air. Kyron, we're going to show you over there. We're going to stir up some of that pollution. And where do you see it going, Kyron? Yeah, it's getting sucked right in through the back. Then again, it goes through that V funnel. All that's ever going to come out the front, clean, fresh, water washed air. And a Purello is a personal air cleaner because, again, each one of these is going to be good for one room, like a bedroom, all right? Now, Kyron, it's designed to run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, right? We've been running for less than a minute. And yet when I take my portable sunshine, we put it back on that water, look what's already floating around. Guys, is that clean now? No? Which one of you wants to take a drink of that? No? And if you wouldn't drink it, Josh, it tells you it's probably unsafe to breathe it, right? See, if you wouldn't drink it, you probably shouldn't breathe it, all right? And again, so this runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And you start out on that maximum lane, and as it works its way down to minimum, once it goes to minimum, you pour that old dirty water out, put some fresh water in, you're good to go. Kyron, again, how expensive was your filter replacement? Free, right? That's gonna save you a tremendous amount of money. And you're left with that clean, fresh water washed air. But guys, almost as important as clean air, okay, is gonna be humidified air. See, I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but our body is 80% water. Our lungs are 80% water. You gotta have wet lungs to have healthy lungs. Now, using our systems, we're gonna maintain a relative humidity of 45 to 55% in the home. It's what any respiratory therapist, Josh, will tell you gotta have to have healthy lungs. Now, this is the only part of the presentation I can't show you because you can't see humidity. If you could see it, it wouldn't be humid, it'd be raining, all right? We don't want it raining in the house. So what I want you to do, Cynthia, come on down here, all right? And we're just gonna turn this way. And so you give me this right or left hand here, and we're just gonna hold the back of it. I want you, no, don't fight me, I'm not fingerprinting here. We're just gonna hold this over the top. Now, do you feel that cool air coming out?
I do.
All right, so you just keep your hand right there. Okay, no, quit fighting me, just keep your hand right there. And we're gonna count out loud. We're gonna go 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. Now in the South, I've learned you gotta be politically correct down here. It can't all be about the misses anymore. So it's gotta be 6 Mississippi, okay? 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, and then for all them confused people in between, we got 10 Bruce Jenners, okay? So here's what I want you to do. I want you to take the back of that hand that you've been holding on there, go like this on your cheek, okay?
Yeah.
Now I want you to take the other hand on the other side and tell me which one's softer.
This hand,
Do you know why?
because of the moisture.
Okay? By humidifying the air, we're gonna moisturize your skin. And what do ladies spend on lotions and potions for the skin?
Too much.
Okay? In fact, what I want you to do is tilt your hands down like this. No. Just tilt your hands down like this for me. There you go. Okay? Tilt your hands down like this. There you go. Wow. How long you guys been married? Okay? You put up with her for that long, Kyron? All right. So just tilt them like that. And Kyron, what you're going to see is this hand is shinier than that hand, okay? You see the ashiness that's still right there? Okay? But it's not over here, Kyron. How come?
The moisturizer.
There you go, okay? And what's that going to save you, Cynthia, in lotions and potions?
A lot. That was
All right.
only a couple of seconds.
That was only 10 seconds, yes ma'am. All right?
Wow.
Works, doesn't it? All right, isn't that cool? So just by turning it on, we're gonna filter the air, we're gonna humidify the air. And that's one of the things that our retired customers rave about, is you see by adding that moisture to the skin, you also help to regain the elasticity, right? And it starts to pick everything back up, put it where it's supposed to be. And what's a doctor in Dallas charge for that?
Oh, both sides?
Awful lot of money, right? So just by turning it on, we have the ability, number one, filter the air, number two, humidify, okay? But wait,
There's more.
there is more, okay? See, first we filter, then we humidify, but we also have the ability to deodorize. See guys, water is a natural odorator. See, let's say you've got some fish in the refrigerator. You've got an open container of water in there. Next day, what's your water gonna taste like? Fish. What's it gonna smell like? Fish. Water absorbs all the odors. So next time you're in the kitchen, you're cooking cabbage, fish, onions, garlic, where are you gonna run your Purello? In the kitchen. Maybe it's Thanksgiving. Grandpa's over using the restroom. Where are you gonna run it now?
Right in that restroom.
In the restroom. Maybe you've got a litter box room in the house. Where are you gonna run it now? In the litter box room, okay? So just by turning it on, we're gonna filter, we're gonna humidify, and we're going to deodorize. Isn't that cool? But you see, you don't want the air in your home just to smell good, clean. You want it to smell good, all right? So do you guys ever use like carpet fresh, candles, incense, glades, stick-ups, plugins, Lysol, Pine Salt, Febreze? Say that 3 times real fast. Carpet fresh, candles, incense, glades, stick-ups, plugins, Lysol, Pine Salt, Febreze? Yeah, do you use any of that stuff?
I do.
You do, okay. Now there's gonna be lots of problems with that stuff, and we'll discuss it as we continue, but we have the ability to aromatize using your Purello as well. See, not only are we gonna filter, humidify, and deodorize, but we're gonna make that one room smell great. And all we do is we simply add some essential oils to the water. Now I've got a couple of them here. I got some pine, and I got some apple. Guys, put them together, what do you think you got?
Pineapple.
No way, pineapple, let's find out, okay? So all we're gonna do to aromatize is we're simply going to lift up the lid, all right? We're gonna take just a few drops of that pine and put it in the water. You see how easy that is? Okay? Now then, Cynthia, we pour it back together, and now as we filter, now as we humidify, now as we deodorize, we're gonna aromatize, all right? Now this is not designed to smack you in the face. It's supposed to be very soft and very subtle. And again, each one of these is good for a room like the size of a bedroom. So just for presentation purposes, I'm gonna go ahead and fan this for you. And you guys tell me when you start to smell that pine. No way, you already smell that? Okay, how about over here? You starting to smell that as well?
I got a sinus infection.
Yeah, well, we're gonna help you in a second too, okay? All right, Davion, you smell that?
I smell now.
Okay, all right. So here's what I want you to do. We're aromatizing, and guys, when you use the stuff you're currently using, like the sprays and stuff, you spray them in the air, they quickly fall down to the floor. So how long do they last? Yeah, a few seconds. But you see, your Purello is designed to run 24/7. And as long as that essential oil's in there, what are you gonna smell? The essential oil. So now in that room, it's gonna continue to smell like pine 24/7. Isn't that cool?
And you-
But go ahead.
Sorry, you just put one drop in?
Yeah, just put a little squirt in there, okay? But here's what we want to do. We don't only want to show you how we aromatize. We want to prove to you that we deodorize, right? Because again, remember, don't believe what I tell you, only what I show you, okay? So here's what we want to do. We want you to pretend that pine, okay, is like wet dog. Can you smell the wet dog? Okay. We want you to pretend it's cigarette smoke. Can you smell the smoke? We want you to pretend it's grandpa in the restroom. Can you smell grandpa? Okay. All right. So we're not going to change out the water. In other words, the pine's still in there, isn't it? Okay. And all I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a little bit of apple. Okay. Now common sense tells you that because that water's stirring up, that we're now mixing up the pine. We're mixing it with the apple, so we really should have pineapple. Well, let's find out. You see, because now when I stir it, guys, what I want you to do is tell me what happened to the pine. You see, because now all you smell is the apple. So where's the pine? It's gone, isn't it? Okay. Now, how come they're not mixing?
It's filtered out. It's filtered out already.
Well, no. See, the pine oil's in there. The apple oil's in there. The water's spinning around. Cynthia, why aren't they mixing?
Because the oils don't.
Sure, they're spinning.
Did you do more than the other one?
No. Well, the truth is, Cynthia, I could probably tell you, okay? But then we'd have to bury you out in the backyard, okay? Because it's part of what's patented on our system.
Okay.
We don't want to explain to you how it's working. We're just going to prove to you that it is.
Okay.
Otherwise, you'd be selling it to everybody else. But all I can share with you is it's what's called Ritello or Purello magic, okay? And that it works, doesn't it? See, because where's the pine? It's gone, isn't it? So where's the cooking odors? Gone. Where's the pet odors? Where's Grandpa in the restroom? Gone. You see, we didn't cover the pine up with the apple. We eliminated it and then replaced it with the apple. Doesn't that make more sense? Okay? All right. So just by turning it on, filter, humidify, deodorize, we can add the scents and aromatize. But how about this? How about if we had the ability, guys, make you feel better when you're under the weather? Would that be important to you? Yeah, I mean, do you like getting sick? No, okay. Well, we have that ability. And for example, here, when you guys are suffering from a cold, allergies, the flu, when does that bother you most? Daytime, nighttime, when you get up or when you're going to bed trying to get some rest? Yeah, you're all congested, can't breathe, can't sleep, right? Okay. And then, of course, in the morning you wake up, you still feel miserable, don't you? You call in sick to work, you're calling in sick to school, right? Kids can't go to daycare, you can't go to work, they can't go to school, you can't go to work. What's that cost you?
A lot of money.
Yeah, okay. Well, we have the ability to help make you feel better when you're under the weather. And all we're gonna do is we're simply gonna add some eucalyptus to the water, okay? All right, now the apple's still in there, right? And the pine's still in there, right? But when we turn it back on, what I want you to do is tell me what happened to the apple. You see, because now all you're gonna smell is eucalyptus. And what's that one remind you of?
Vicks.
It's the main ingredient in Vicks, the cough drops, cough syrups. It's a natural decongestant, all right? It's gonna open up the bronchial and the sinus passages, gonna make it easier to breathe, easier to sleep. The more rest you get, the quicker you recover. And to show you how quickly this works, what I want you to do, Cynthia, I just want you to breathe in deep through your nose, out through your mouth, in through your nose, out through your mouth, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Okay, just do that 4 or 5 times. And now what I want you to take as deep a breath as you can. I want you to hold it. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. Go and let it out. Cynthia, is it easier to breathe? Yeah. You tell me now. What's that going to be worth next time you're sick?
It's gonna be worth a whole lot.
Okay. How about next time the kids are sick? See, because the truth is, when they're miserable, we're miserable, right? And again, like we were just talking about, Kyron, they can't go to school, we can't go to work. So we're not only miserable, but now we're broke too, aren't we? Okay. And the only thing better than making yourself feel well when you've been ill would be not getting ill to begin with. Believe it or not, Kyron, we can do that as well. Okay. It's with a simple addition, what's called triethylene glycol. This is a hospital strength disinfectant and sanitizer. And what this does is it prevents the spreading of illness inside of a home. It's going to work a lot like hydrogen peroxide. And what you do is about once a week, simply pull a half a capful of that glycol in there, okay? So it's going to work a lot like hydrogen peroxide. You pour peroxide on a cut, what's it start to do? Starts to bubble up, doesn't it? So now that we've got the glycol in the water, we're starting to agitate the water, mix that glycol in there. When I take that light and put it on that water, you see that water doing that little Alka-Seltzer trip in there? You see it bubbling up? What do you think we're doing right now?
Aggravating the water.
We're killing the germs and bacteria that we've already trapped in the water. Okay, so we're killing the germs and bacteria, so they're not killing you. See, guys, it's one of the reasons why so many daycares worldwide now use this. See, it used to be in the old days, you brought your child to school, right, or to daycare, and they were perfectly fine, but that other little girl or boy was sick, and yours came home sick. Well, one of the reasons why so many daycares worldwide now use this is we prevent that illness from spreading. And it's preventative medicine in your own home, half a capful once a week to prevent illness. But if somebody comes home sick, then it's half a capful every day until that illness is gone. See, how many of you here grew up with brothers or sisters? Yeah? One of you got sick, what happened?
All of us
You all got sick. Wouldn't it have been nice if mom and dad could have nipped that in the bud and your brother got sick, but you didn't? Your sister got sick, but you didn't? Well, wouldn't it be just as nice to be able to provide that for your own children? Okay? And so just by turning it on, guys, we can filter, humidify, deodorize. By adding the essential oils, we can aromatize, we can vaporize, heck, we can even sanitize the air, okay? But of course, you don't want your home smelling like a hospital. So what we can do is, what's really cool is as long as that sanitizer's in the water, you're sanitizing the air, okay? But we don't want your home smelling like a hospital. So now as you sanitize, you can also aromatize. Now all I've done is put a little bit of lemon in there. And you guys tell me how long it is before you start to smell that lemon. Yeah? So what happened to the sanitizer? Can't smell it. What happened to the eucalyptus? Can't smell it. What happened to the apple? Gone. What happened to the pine? Gone. So where's the cooking odors? The pet odors? The restroom odors? The cigarette smoke? Okay? So again, next time you're cooking cabbage, fish, onions, where are you going to put it? Grandpa's in the restroom. Litter box room. Absolutely. Instead of covering up the odors, we're going to eliminate them and replace them and create a cleaner and a healthier living environment. Now guys, we all know that water and oil don't mix. So when you look at this from the side, you can see that sheet of glass sitting on top of the water. That's the essential oils. But why is the water getting so gray and murky? Yeah, that's all the air quality inside of the home, isn't it? Now, which one of y'all wants to take a drink of that? No? Okay. I mean, guys, would you even serve that to your dog? No? And so if it's not safe for you or the dog to drink, it's probably not safe for you or the dog to breathe. Okay? And guys, each Purello is good for one room, all right? They each have a retail value of about $135. We don't sell them. We only give them away, right? In fact, let me ask you, Cynthia, if I was giving them away, how many would you like to have?
I would like to have one for every room.
One for every room. No way. That's amazing because that's what everybody wants. I want one for every room of the house, okay? Well, before we show you how to get one for every room of the house, let's see what our system's gonna save you from money that you're already spending. Because I told you up front, guys, we're not gonna ask that you spend any money you're not already spending. Simply change the store you're shopping at, right? So let's figure out what a product line like ours would save you, okay? What I want you guys to do, Cynthia, is just give me a guesstimate. I know these numbers won't be exact, okay? But just give me a guesstimate on what you think you spend in just 1 month on candles.
Oh, for my part, okay, I probably spend maybe $30, $40.
$30, okay, we'll
I
use the low
candles
end.
a lot,
Okay,
yeah.
we'll say $30 a month. Now, here's the problem with candles, okay? Do you smoke in the house too?
No, I don't.
No, but if we take that candle over here, now I've got it in my hand, okay? In this clear glass jar, there's that big black ring on the top, okay? That's carbon and soot. That's the same stuff your cigarette produces in just 1 hour you burning your candle. So it's kind of like smoking in the house, all right? It's also you're putting out a lung irritant and burning up the good air that you do have. How about sprays like Lysol, Pine Sol, Febreze? What do you think you spend on that stuff in 1 month?
Too much. Probably all that stuff combined is probably $40.
$40, okay. All right. And of course, if we take a look at one of those cans and we turn it around in the back, the first thing that we're going to notice is it says keep out of reach of children and pets. Why is that on there? It's hazardous, isn't it? And then if we continue reading down that can, it says warning, harmful or fatal. Now what's fatal mean? Death, okay, so death in a can, warning, harmful or fatal if ingested or inhaled. Now wait a minute, when you guys spray that stuff in the air, do you stop breathing? No, you keep breathing, which is inhaling it, isn't it? And that's what's getting you sick. 80% of those contain formaldehyde. That's an embalming fluid. It's a known carcinogen, so it's cancer causing. And when you spray that stuff, it doesn't stay in the air, it falls to the floor, doesn't it? But does it even work? See, if you're cooking fish and you're spraying pine, Jim, what do you got?
Fish.
Fishy smelling pine. Now the pine wears off, what's still there? So it don't even work, does it? Okay? How about potpourri or wax burners or diffusers?
I don't use
Don't use any of those? Okay. How about plugins?
Okay, yes. Plugins, the Glade plugins, they're like probably $20 a month.
$20 a month?
Some
Okay.
ones are tax costs,
All right.
yeah.
And of course, you know, we've just shown you in writing the problem with the Glade plugins is you risk burning down your house. I mean, guys, again, here's how intelligent we are in America. We take a flammable liquid, an essential oil, and we plug it into an electrical outlet. And then we encase it in plastic, all right? And according to the fire marshal and the insurance inspectors, they're the leading factor in home fires in America. Isn't that crazy? How come Glade didn't tell you that? Hey, buy it so you can burn down your house. All right, how about carpet fresh? You use any of that?
I have hardwood.
You have hardwood, okay. Now these numbers, Cynthia, by themselves, they don't sound bad. You got $30 here, you got $40 here, you got $20 here. Now individually, those numbers don't sound bad, do they? But you add it together, and Cynthia, you've got 30 and 40 equals 70. You add another 20 and you got 90. So what that really means is, Cynthia, you're spending $90 a month. And that by itself, well, you know what? Heck, that doesn't sound too bad either, does it? But when you take that $90 a month times 12 months, do you know what that adds up to? That's $1,000 every year, 1080 a year. Now that may not sound bad to you either. But when you take that 1 year of buying that stuff and you multiply it by 10 years, now we can add a zero, Cynthia. That means in the next 10 years, you're spending $10,800 just to cover up odors. But let's go a little longer, okay? Let's talk 15 years. So now what we can do is take half of this, which is $5,400, and add it on to the $10,008. What do we got? 16.2. Okay, I knew you knew it. All right, that's $16,200. Okay, over 16K, and all we're doing is covering up the odors. So again, these numbers up here, they didn't sound bad, But in 15 years, that added up to over $16,000. Now, guys, here's what most people agree upon, okay? Is as long as what I'm about to show you is less than what you're already spending, am I asking you to spend money or save money? Asking you to save money, aren't we? Okay? And do you know anybody that can't afford to save?
No.
No? All right. So we're going to welcome you to the Ritello family when we're done then, right? Okay. And what we're going to do is, Cynthia, what I need to know is how many of your friends do you think are just like you, overspending trying to cover up odors?
All of them.
Everybody, right? And you said you'd like to see how to get one of these for free?
Yes.
All right. Cynthia, all we're going to do is we're going to ask that right now while I'm in your home, okay, we're going to take a picture of you holding your Purello, okay? And then we're going to attach a statement to it, and we're going to let everybody on your Facebook account know that we are giving these away free of charge, okay? And the people that qualify to get one would be what we call a CEO, a couple, okay, that's employed or retired, that either owns or is buying their home. And for everybody that sees this on your Facebook account and says, man, I want one of them things, for every 2 couples that watch, you get one for free. And for every qualified person that watches, they get one for free. Okay? So can we take your picture and post it on your Facebook?
Sure.
You sure?
Yes.
All right, fantastic. Cynthia, you know I've been doing this a long time, and I've never had anybody tell me, no, I don't want that on my Facebook. You know why? Because everybody's just like you, and when I say, how many would you like to have, they say, 1 for every room. Okay? So I'm going to get you to hold on to that. Okay? And get your husband that a little closer to you. All right. Well, you got to scoot a little closer to her there. Come on, Tavion. All right. Came to work to get hitched. All right. And all we do is we're simply going to take a picture. All right. I'm going to send you that picture with a statement, and then we ask that you post that on your Facebook status. You don't have to call anybody. I'm not asking for any names and numbers. I'm not saying, hey, will you go through your phone book and harass your friends?
Right.
We're going to let social media do all the work for us. That way, if you have a friend that sees it and they're interested, they'll let us know. Does that make sense? Fantastic. Okay, let's get your picture taken. Let's get you posted. All right,